Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Friday to you. Hope you had an amazing week. And I'm just getting my desktop all set up here, and we'll get into the readings. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, first of all. And if you want to know how all the free readings and everything works, just check out the description box of the video. It tells you everything you need to know. We've got a great group of community here full of unconditional love and huge hearts, great senses of humor as well. Hello, everybody. Good to see everyone. And I'm excited. Yeah, I'm just excited. I'm going to be using this huge Syrian starseed tarot today, and I don't think I've talked about it a whole lot, but one of my spirit guides is a collective called Phoenix, which is a sub kind of collective that's part of the whole Syrian as well, the Syrian Starseed Collective. So they want to be heard this weekend, special connection with them. So we're using this deck, and I had bought this deck like probably a couple of years ago, and had no idea until I expanded my getting to know my own spirit guides by name and by individual, more personal. And I was like blown away that we can have a starseed collective be our spirit guide. So I love it. So definitely supported today. We'll do this, and of course, donations get priority first. I honor that. You know. Energy exchange. I know. I think I can talk today. So we'll start here. I've got Supernova. You have a few. Thank you for your donations. Good to see you. And then Shay Shay, you'll be up, and then Ricky. So thank you so much for your guys' donations, and we'll get into those. Good morning. All right, so let us get started. And hey, Dijona, a shout out to my one of my YouTube members. You can see their names in green with a little badge, and they help support the channel and help bring these free readings that I do. I'll be on for about 2 hours, and then I have a special session after every one of my free sessions for my praying mantis level members exclusively. So if you're interested in any of that, all that's down in the description box as well, a link to the memberships. All right, so let's get these shuffled and let's get going. All right. So Supernova, let me give your first donation some love since it lets me do that now. And so thank you for your first donation. And you want to know new messages from Spirit. What needs to be brought to your awareness about your own musical capabilities and your abilities? All right, let's take a look here. And let's see what they want you to know here. All right. So I got those. And then on the bottom, yeah, you got the Six of Crystals. I'm not going to hold up this entire deck. My arm will get tired. These are big cards. So you got this beautiful Six of Pentacles underneath the surface. And we've talked about the Six of Pentacles before. That take 10. The take 10 was then video series like episode 5, about the balancing out of our worthiness. And so that's something that we can always keep in mind and keep questioning. What is standing between me? What of my inner child has this out of balance, giving and receiving, because they're the ones charged of the force field that keep things away. So, what you can know about your musical capabilities and abilities is your belief in your worthiness of having gifts and abilities. These are barriers that keep us from being confident in our abilities, not arrogant in our abilities, like I'm the superstar of the world and everyone else sucks. It's not that, it's being confident in your own abilities. And I feel like that is why they want that's what's bubbling below the surface that we could always work on. So let's take a look and see what else we have here. All right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we got some good cards here. We start off here with the Seeker of Orbs, which is the page of swords in the standard tarot, which is new thoughts, new ideas, new openness, right? Cutting away the old thinking and expanding and connecting higher. New ideas, the creativity doesn't come from the outside world, it comes from above because creator is the creator of creation and creativity. Duh, right? But that's where all our creativity comes from. The outside world, we can be inspired internally by what we see from the outside world, but creativity comes from within here. And I feel like this is a big piece of that because you do have the alchemy, which is the temperance card in the standard tower, which it takes time for things to grow and unfold. And that's okay, with your capabilities and abilities over time, they will grow and expand. But you've got the four of flames, very much a stability of energy and it's joy and it's celebration. There's also this represents like gathering, a celebration, a gathering of individuals coming together. So I feel like, um, when I first read your question too, it, popped into my head that it's important for you to get out among the musical community, get involved in, mic nights, where you get to play a song. Oh, I know, don't. But everyone has to do it, right? Everyone has to get out and everyone has to get into, those energies, right? You have to it's like the first time going on YouTube, scared the crap out of me, right? I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm live, and oh my gosh, how's it gonna be? What is it gonna be?" And it's like, you know what? That's how we get over the fears is by doing it, and it's like, you're gonna have to do it one time, or when first, several times starting jobs where I was in customer service with different companies, taking that first phone call, I'm like, what's going to happen? It's like, you know what? We got this, and it's all part of that. It's like getting going here, right? You do have, yeah, seven of flames, seven of wands, getting out into the spotlight is your next step. And it's funny because it's not about you, necessarily about your abilities and capabilities themselves. It's about sharing them, getting out, um, not holding it all within, but starting to play for friends. If it's singing at someone's wedding, if it's something like that, even if it's like, hey, let's the three of us harmonize and we'll sing a song if you don't want to be out by yourself. It's about starting to chill and what is it when you like, a jam session with some friends and you're starting to share and like you did with, I think, your brother, cousin, there was someone that jammed with. It's like you starting to share things and it's like, do more of that, do more of that, do more of that. And I like that. Yeah, because here comes all this. Wow. Yeah, because here is the Master of Orbs is the King of Swords, Master of Communication. So don't be afraid. Just you're able to share and communicate, with the world. And you've got the two sages, which are new beginnings. This is what helps spark new opportunities in the outside world. With the this is the Queen of yeah, the sages, sorry, are the queens. So you got the Queen of Pentacles, which is abundance, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and the Queen of Cups, which is sharing your heart and intuition and getting that out there. But the divine feminine energy is this nurturing, and look at it as excuse me, that why you came here. Right. What's your sole purpose that you feel inside, which is helping people, and the more just, singing a song, at someone's birthday, at someone's wedding, at some gathering, people are just going to be like, "Oh my god, that was beautiful," and it's going to touch people. That won't even tell you that it's touching them too. So it's getting it out there and sharing it is what they want you to know about your capabilities and abilities. But again, underneath the surface, we've got the uh, trusting and balancing and connecting with your inner child, and uh, being confident in that you are talented, you are called for a purpose as well. And that big sigh wasn't about the message. That's just taking deep breaths. All right, thank you, and thank you, Cambria. I do see a donation came on PayPal too, so thank you so much. All right, so that is for that one there. Interesting. But that's their message for you around your awareness of your own musical capabilities and abilities is inner child. Really sit in a space of knowing you are talented. You're here on purpose to share this and help people, and then get it out there, get out to the spotlight. I know, scary, but it's fun. That's how you're going to get over it all. Any nerves become less and less because you are uh, the more you do something, the less you're afraid of the unknown, because that's what we're really afraid of. Even going on YouTube, it's like, oh my god, what's this going to be like? Now I've been doing it over a year. There's not much that surprises me anymore. Knock on wood. I don't need a lesson, but it's just like, okay, we've got how this is going, right? All right. So that is for number one. And then we give love to your second donation here. And then, so your second question is, how will you present yourself to the world? You have an idea of it, but how would you really be like to the world? Okay. So how um, are you going to be presented to the world here? All right. So they want that one and that one, and that one. All right. The bottom of the deck, which I like showing these, is pretty cool because you got the lovers, which is emotional choice, and I like that because that's a big part of what you're sharing and how you're sharing it, right? Um, a big part of how it's presented, and I feel like you're asking kind of like, how does the world see you? How how um, how are you shown to the world? It's kind of this combo energy. Um, and so I like this lovers card. I don't know why they're showing me a star is born, but that's what's in there. Yeah. So we've got the six of flames and the eight of flames. We've got the six of flames as victory card. The eight of flames, the eight of wands is fast and a lot of energy coming in. The seven of flames is what we had here about being in the spotlight, right? So there's this beautiful flow of energy, and I feel like things, flow. There's just something here. Let me see what brings you out in the spotlight. There's a lot of fire there. Wow. And so you got two flames, and now you have two chalices, which lover's card, of course, is emotional choice. But you've got the page of cups and the king of cups. So there is this energy that comes in here, and we've talked before about a mentor, someone that you meet that's been in the business, and I feel this is the king, and this is you, this newness coming in, but they help you and assist you. Now, I don't necessarily feel like it's romantic. I feel like it's an important partnership, though. Not like you have like a duo that you do or whatever, but I feel like they really take an interest in um, your abilities and your passion. It's not one of those creepy, that you see in the movies where they're like, ha ha ha, I'll help you if you do this for me. It's not anything like that. It's someone that's true, that they love their music, they love what they've done in life, and I do feel you come across this mentor, and this is how This is how why things move smoothly because they've got connections. They help you jump and leap over stages that a lot of people have to go through to learn their lessons, but you are able to learn through them and to where you don't have to do it a lot yourself, which is cool. Yeah, and then 2 adepts. Wow, these cards are amazing because the depths are knights. You've got the Knight of Cups, so movement of emotion, Knight of Swords, movement of communication. So this is exactly what I was talking about, especially with this Eight of Flames. It is this, movement of energy. It's fast. All of this is movement, movement, movement. There's like nothing standing in your way with all of this. And even on the bottom of the deck, again, you've got the Wheel of Fortune that things just flow and turn very fast. But it is important to get out into community or whoever this individual is. I mean, you'll meet them and it's going to be very obvious that that they want to help you on your journey and they want to help you on your path to express the music and get it out to people. So be very open to getting to be part of a community. I got this again, and here's a 10 too. We've got this community card that when I was shuffling, my oracle cards came flying out, and I knew it was going to be coming up, but community keeps on coming up for you, that it's important for you to get out in a musical community. Find your tribe, and they're out there, and it's important for you to do that. So I like that. I like it for you. I feel like that's what they want you to know. That's how you will present yourself to the world. I mean, you're going to be this, um, emotional, you're going to share this emotion, and I just feel like wherever you go, wherever you present it, because you're going to be singing from your heart and playing music from your heart. That even if you just play guitar, you play an instrument. Um, in something, people can be like tears because it touches them. And so I like this, but it's important, this community. That's part of getting out there. Um, I know it's vulnerability, but it's about getting out onto stages and in front of people. And but it's important to also part of that is gets you involved in community. So, all right, musical community, your tribe. So, all right. So that's what they have for that. Let me give you your third donation. Here's some love. Thank you again. And for this one, you want to know spirit guides messages and anything else they want to express to you. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. I feel like we're going to go to an oracle deck here. No, Johanna, um I don't see a super chat from here. Sometimes it says it goes through, but it doesn't. So you might double check. It'll say like it's pending and something weird happens there. But I can also check my report um, on YouTube because I know sometimes things go weird. You know how it goes, technology. So I'll pull up something and check that to make sure uh, before you do anything else. Johanna, and I'm just going to pull those cards. Let me just get to that screen here. Who knows what's going on out there, right? Is it Mercury retrograde yet? No, no, we're safe for a little bit. Let me see here. Let me get to the right screen. And let's see here. No, it doesn't show anything coming through here yet. It's interesting. Yeah, so I don't see anything yet. I'm going to do some more readings here. Let's see if it clears through and it takes time for it to get through or something here. But yeah, I don't see it coming through on any reports or anything for me yet. which means it hasn't gotten to me yet, but it's probably clogged up somewhere in YouTube. All right. So I'm going to use the Divine Masters Oracle for you, Supernova, for your spirit guides, current messages, and anything else they want to express to you. All right. Just this one here. Of course, you're going to get Green Terra, Healing Light, Wellness Unfolding, knowing that healing is a journey. And let's see what the Green Terra, what else she says here. The story goes that Tara, I think it's Tara or Tara, whose name means star, shut up, is an aspect of, I'm going to murder this name, Avalokita uh, Shvara. It's the deity of compassion, who, looking at the earth, cried tears over all those experiencing challenges and pain. Um, Their tears of compassion became a great river from which rose a lotus, and from that lotus, Tara was born. She has many forms in different colors, and green Tara brings a light of protection and safety with her. Wow, I love it. Oh, all right, Johanna, thank you. I was like, oh no, perfect. Thank you for checking. All right, so Green Tara is one of the most loved and respected female deities in many Buddhist traditions and is well regarded by many spiritual practitioners across the world. Born of pure compassion, she is there to assist all those moving from suffering to wholeness. I know, right? Reminds me of the energy. If you've ever seen Aurora from Norway, she has like I mean, she's been out for a while, but, she just had a song about blood come out, but she's got, "Cure for Me" is one of her songs, but there's if you look at her just her journey and how she's just so truly, purely herself, she feels like, she has Queendom is one of her songs too. Very divine feminine energy, and that's what I feel this is representing for you too. Your message says the blessings of Tara are surrounding you now, and you're being guided to know that healing isn't linear, but more like a spiral. When you set the intention to heal, the intention itself initiates a pathway that is similar to a spiral. And at times you will feel like you are overflowing with vitality, and at others, you will feel drained. There may even be moments when you feel you're revisiting something you thought you had overcome, but this revisiting is actually an opportunity to see how far you've come on the road to recovery and wholeness, which is what we all are on. We're on this like spiral staircase moving up, and we don't feel like we're going anywhere, and we feel like we keep on hitting the same scenery because we're looking at the window and we're with ourselves, so we don't realize how far we've gone. But if we had our eyes closed from the beginning, and then suddenly on the 10th floor we open our eyes, we're like, whoa, look how far I've come. But when you're used to seeing the scenery, you don't feel like you're going higher and higher, right? And it says, right now, the spiritual energies that surround you are creating space, pathways, and doorways for you to move closer to the truth that you are whole, heal, and complete. Don't let fears or limitations get between you and the miracles that you have experienced and the miracles that are yet to happen. This is a journey to fearlessness and liberation, and you are closer to freedom than ever. Take the next step. So they're kind of just telling you, I like that Green Tara is star. Boom, here you go. A star is born. That's why we saw that, right? And I just feel like when you remember and ignite from a place of compassion, That's what you're here to nourish, you're to nurture. You got the Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. You nurture yourself, but then that nurturing, it just comes through. And I feel like that's what they want you to know is to stay focused on that, and then that will allow you to, you know, move forward. But it's about getting out there and just remembering that why you're doing what you're doing is because you have compassion for the world, your huge heart, you want to help others, right? And that's where your motivation is. So I like it. I like it. I like it. So that is what they have for you, Supernova. Again, thank you so much for your multiple donations. I greatly appreciate those. Right. And then next we had Shay Shay. Thank you so much for your donation on PayPal. And I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And oh, in other areas. Woohoo. All right. Well, let's take a look here and see if this Aries, you attract the fire, huh? So let's take a look here and see. Is this it? Are they the soul partner, right? The one that you're going to be with until the end of this time? Or are they just a stepping stone? Like you said, another stepping stone. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, I don't feel like they are the one yet because here we are, the stepping stones getting up to here, right? And I feel like we're not quite there yet. It is someone, it's part of the steps that we need to take so that we can get up to here. And if we don't take that step, then so you learn about yourself, you learn through this experience, but I don't feel like it's the one yet because these other cards are pretty amazing too. Let me just show these to you one at a time here. Because you've got your higher self, which is, I think this is the high priestess. Yeah, number two up there. So you got the high priestess, which is about, part of your journey of these emotions, the seven of chalices, is you turn inward and upward. Yeah, you're like, okay, sure. Let's date. Let me learn, when the student is ready, the teacher comes, which you're also a mirror for them. So, but you do have the higher self, which is you will step back, connect upward, backward, and below. And because everyone is a reflection pointing us back to our higher self because when we define ourselves by the outside world, what happens? We get disappointed, we feel unstable because what we're looking for is the love that we find inward and upward, and then we fill up like a chalice, which is the divine feminine energy of the higher self. We fill up and then overflow out to the world, and we see the world differently. So these individuals have been teaching you about, when I look for them for my love, it's, oh, my cup is always empty. But when I fill up and overflow, then I have this abundant feeling. And that's what I feel like here, because your journey that you're going through, you're going to find this inner, this is wedding, this is joy, this is celebration. When you find it within and it overflows, that's when you draw in a higher vibration, right? It's like the more we have lower vibrational experiences that have delicious lower vibrational emotions we came here to experience. But as we move up and raise our vibration, we draw in higher vibrational relationships and people. And that's what eventually happens here. They're telling you you do have a marriage in this lifetime that you will have later. You've got the lover's card, so you will have a lover. You will have this partnership if there was any doubt, and it'll feel like a dream come true by the time you get to this with the star card, because you're going to have a higher vibrational experience that comes in instead of, we do what we've done and we get what we've gotten before, right? And it's like, yay, I don't want that anymore. And that's why you're moving your vibration up and you're shedding old ways of thinking. And these individuals that come in are mirrors that definitely show you what you want to see about yourself, right? And they have you challenge your thoughts and your limited thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around the supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be of the outside world. And then we have this awareness that comes in, and then it sets where you let relationships and emotions go that don't serve us as we move up. And um it's like moving on up to the deluxe apartment in the sky. Yeah. And you're definitely being drawn here. This is on the bottom of the card. Judgment card is your higher self drawing you to a higher place, which is the higher love. So that's confirmation of what's going on below the surface. But, you know, it's like, well, can't I just skip over all these stepping stones? Nope. It's all part of what we signed up for, right? It's like, I want to learn all of these through here. It's like, can I just skip to graduation? Do I really got to take these classes? They're like, no, that's not the way it works down here. So you are going to go through these and it's okay, because it's on purpose for purpose. And it's like, if you know about gold, to purify gold, it gets, and here's all these fire signs too. No, it's not with him. He's just one of the stepping stones. But it is this fire, the gold, they turn the fire up, and then the dross, which are the impurities, the thoughts and beliefs and emotions that don't serve us anymore, they bubble to the surface, they scoop them off, and they turn up the heat. More stuff bubbles up, they scoop it off, they turn up the heat. And it just keeps going to where it's at a certain temperature. There's no more dross that's coming up to scoop off. And then that's when um, you know, things are where you're going there. So hopefully that helps there. And, but that's, the lover's card too is our emotional choice. No one can hurt us. It's where that's our job. It's Byron Katie. I love her. She goes, "You can't hurt me. That's my job. I hurt myself." Because it's our thought and belief that allows us to feel hurt. It's our emotional choice of choosing to be hurt. It's our energy and our actions because it's based on what we're taught. We're taught, "Oh, you can be heartbroken," and we're like, "What? No, I don't wanna be heartbroken," but it's like, we truly our heart is too powerful to ever be broken. What we feel is the prick of fear of, "I'm unlovable," or, "I'm not gonna find love again," or whatever it may be. It's the fear of rejection, the fear of failure. That's what pricks our heart, and when we realize it's fear, then we realize, "Oh, it has nothing to do with you. This is about all going on inside of me. I'm making the choice of the story. I'm making the choice of the emotion." And but it's powerful. I know it feels like it's like, but it's like walking on a thorn in the bottom of your foot and you step and ow. And it's like, but what happens when um, and we only walk when we're in a relationship with people, right? In this example. And it's like, all right, we'll get to, and it's not that they're gonna hurt you. It might just be that you're bored with them over time and you're the one that leaves them because what you're looking for to fill your heart, they can't give you. And so you feel empty and you're feeling like, you know what? This isn't for me. It was great. And yeah, this is wonderful. The intimacy is good and they're faithful maybe even, and you're just like, but why does it feel empty? Because we haven't found inward and upward. And so they reflect back to us what we want to see about ourselves in the mirror, as well as we them. And then we're like, okay, I'm ready for, how relationships can drift apart. That's what I feel happens with this one is you're just like, yeah, it was fun, it was fiery. Flame, it's like a sparkler at the 4th of July, and it's like Woohoo! It's fun, and then, the sparkler goes down, psst, and then it's done. And that's kinda how I feel. It'll be fun, it'll be exciting, you'll learn a lot about yourself, but, it's like my last relationship I had, which is, like, over a decade ago. I learned that I like my alone time through them, and it wasn't, I mean, they were a great person, but they were so busy doing things in their life, and I faced this thought and belief in my head about, being fit in between the important things, and, I realized the mirror was I was fitting myself in between what I thought were the important things, instead of making me the important thing in my life. There's the thing that happens, um, that comes through this, so, there's a lot that you'll learn through this, but it is a stepping stone. I'd say it's part of the cups, so, you know, it's like it's important for you to interact with others so that you can move up that so that you're ready for your soul partner that you'll be with the rest of your life. Because if you don't, then you're gonna have everything and you're gonna be at a lower vibrational energy, and they're gonna be working on themselves. They're going up their staircase and they're gonna meet you up here. But if you don't take those steps, they're gonna be like, "Where are you? Shay Shay, where'd you go? Hello?" And you're like yelling from way down in the stairwell, "Hey, hey, hey." It's echoing, and they're like, "Come on, I'm waiting for you." Yeah. So it's good, and it's good for you it's a good reflection for you. So I definitely, they're not the one, but they help you on your road. So that's what they have for you. All right. So again, thank you so much for your donation, Shay Shay, and just enjoy the adventure. Not, going in without any expectations, going, you know what? I'm just going to see what I learn about myself. Right. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Ricky. I think you said Ricky, right? I'm just finding the donation here. Let me see. I thought I saw it. Sorry. There it is. Thank you so much, Ricky, for your donation. And you want to know, will you pass your background and drug test for the job? They offer you the job, but yeah, the security check and all that. I get you. So let's take a look here and see, are you going to pass? So this one is the background. This one's the drug test. And anything else they want you to know about this. So let's take a look here. So the background check, it excuse me, you do the 5 is like an obstacle. So I feel like there's just like they're having trouble getting hold of someone to confirm a background, then it transforms. So they might contact you and go, "Hey, can we confirm that this phone number is right?" Or what company was this with? And da 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 da. Because I feel like they're having trouble getting hold of an important background thing. Um, and then they're like, "Okay, thank you," and then that helps them, and then things move forward on the background. So I just feel like there's a little bump there. Um, yeah, yeah. The 10 of Cups. I'm sorry, the 10 of Swords. We have both the 5 and the 10 of Swords. So the drug test, you do fine here, but this has to do with the fears, letting the fears go, right? There's this transformation of conflict that comes in. And um and I don't know if you've actually taken the drug test yet. 7 year. Yeah, right. If you haven't taken it yet, I feel like with this, you getting 2 5s, that there's some obstacles that pop in the way here, but it's, you do get this position and you do it. Yeah. So I feel like Oh, Monday of next week. I almost feel like there's, like it gets rescheduled or something, kicks in, right? So I feel like you're gonna be fine here. You got the 7 of Flames, which is standing your ground, being in the spotlight. You got the 3 of Wands, which is it's like a change of direction. That's why I feel like there's some obstacles. You have the Strength card though, which is your human self connecting to your higher self and stepping through. So I do feel like it goes through. I just feel like things take a like a oh wait, sorry, we have to something happened. We need to, you know, we need to do this. Yeah, by these the energy I feel is that there's obstacles, but I feel you pass and you get through it. I just feel like there's, and it's not obstacles with you, anything you're doing on your side. I feel like there's just these delays. There's these things. There's the stuff like they're like, well, wait a minute, we need to do this and blah 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 blah. Um, you go to do it and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we're backed up today. We need to reschedule." It just feels like there's that type of energy around it. Yeah. It's not anything happening. It's just, something happens, they lose the sample, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, you know, somebody, stole it and, did that, and, I need to go back and do that." Is the video freezing for everyone, or is it just, Ricky? If you guys can let me know, those of you that are here. Am I frozen? Okay, cool. Yeah, I know sometimes everything all over the world, it happens there, but yeah, I do see you. Yeah, ultimately, you have the sage, the queen of crystals, which is abundance, nurturing yourself, but it is abundance and new birth coming in. So I like it for you. It's definitely it just feels like there's some obstacles. It's like an obstacle course, but you get through it. So just realize it and go, okay, here's a little hiccup. I knew it was coming, and we're gonna get through this, right? So I like it. I like it for you. It feels very positive. I know the cards don't scream woohoo, but that's why they gave you the Queen of Pentacles at the end, because the energy I felt is just like it's an obstacle course, but you get to the end and I do feel 2 thumbs up with all that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Ricky. And thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. And thank you, Supernova, for letting me know that the video was okay on your end. Right. And then let me just take a look here. So we did those, and then so Cambria, so you've made 2 donations, and you said you had 2 questions, so thank you for your dual donations, and let's take a look here. If you've put your questions down here, let me just scroll down. If you haven't, pop them down, and we will well, I see the one here, of course, for your, super chat, but for the other donation, I didn't see a question on your PayPal. You prepare for turbulence. That's right. Buckle your seatbelt. Here you go. All right. So let me just make sure here, Cambria, that you didn't mention it up above. I just don't wanna miss it here, but I will. I do see your other one. We'll definitely do that one right away. Scrolling, scrolling. Okay, I don't see another one. So if you want to pop your question down below. So, but for the super chat, let me give that some love here. You want to know, will the Scorpio and you, the Libra, ever connect on a romantic level? You've had a crush on him for a while. He has no idea. Well, I wouldn't be 100% sure that they're not aware. Scorpios are mystery solvers and deep divers, and they're very intuitive being a water sign. So they might be picking up on stuff, but um, I almost feel like they are used to it. Not in an arrogant way, but I feel like they they attract. It's almost like they're showing me Edward Cullen from Twilight, who they're attractive and they draw people to them, and they're used to people having crushes on them, without them, but they can feel the deep emotions of people, but um they don't they've learned not to do anything with it, because some people, even though they feel it, don't want to act on it, and so they've stopped initiating things on their side with that, which is interesting. But let's see what they have here and see where you guys connect here on a romantic level. Let me see what we got here. But I feel like um they have like this the inkling. I feel like their spidey sense goes off that they know this. Let me just take a look here. All right. I don't see here that that you end up in a romantic relationship with them here. And I'll show you these here, because we've got the 6 of flames, the 6 of wands, which this is what makes me feel like they know who you are, and they feel that spark that's there. But the 7 of pentacles is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree, is the fruit, and I feel like it takes them a long time to ever act on anything that they feel. And again, this has to do with what has happened before in their life. And what we've got here, I'm gonna try to do it this way. So we've got the 3 of cups, I'm sorry, the 3 of swords, which is this is the disappointment card. It's like expectation equal disappointment. And we've got, the sage of orbs too, which is the queen of swords, balancing of heart and mind. And um and we got the 6 of cups, the 6 of chalices. So, these cards up here, I feel like they get really caught up in their mind, and they almost overbalance their heart, which is unique for a Scorpio. So they must have a lot of swords, I mean, a lot of air sign energy in their chart, because I feel like their heart is overshadowed by their brain and a lot of disappointment they've had in the past. I do feel like what you're feeling is below the surface. The 6 of Cups is like a past life connection energy for me, for your reading. And I do see here, that that's this draw. So this crush that you're feeling, it might even be uh more of a past life connection that you've had with them. I don't feel like you guys connect romantically in this lifetime, but I feel like you've had it in the past. And the expansion that's happening on the earth is we are becoming more aware of our past life connections, because normally we're like 10% conscious, 90% subconscious, where all our past life information is. But the expansion that's happened on the earth as we've gone into the age of Aquarius is we're 11% conscious, 89% subconscious. So that 1% has given us a little bit of awareness of past lives, which I feel it's beyond this physical world. I feel like you're picking up some past life information. And if you ever want a past life reading, I do offer those if you guys ever want those. Yeah. So that's what I feel is coming in here. You've got the Adept of Crystals, which is the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight. We've got the Tower, which this is like spirit saying, trust that individuals are kept out of our life or moved out of our life to make space for what is more in alignment with our higher self and our path. And I feel like it's, I just don't feel like there's a romantic connection here because you got the Four of Cups that's coming. You got emotional stability that's down the road here. And you've got the Seeker of Crystals, which is the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like there's this new opportunity for love. That's a love that you haven't felt before, because I just feel like these two cards really interact with each other here, that you have this new love that's being offered down the road. That's something that you haven't felt before in this lifetime. And I feel like this, I don't know why I feel like this Three of Cups energy. When I first saw that Three of Swords, I feel like who they are and what they're doing, they're not really committed to one individual. They are on like this deep diving emotional journey where they usually have a couple people that they're, we'll call it dating, getting to know people, but not committed. And I feel like this is what spirit, they're like, we're just saving you from that. That's why that tower's there, was like, we're keeping them out of your life because um you don't, they don't want you to experience that with them. And so, you know, it's again, it's like, when if you were a Twilight fan, when Bella first was falling for Edward the vampire, he was like, "I'm designed to attract you for my prey." And it's like, "Ooh," that's what they're showing me. It's like, "Mhm." And you wouldn't be afraid of them either, but I feel like it's like that they are keeping them away from you. So that's what's coming in with that, which means there's something. But I love this Four of Cups for you because it's a love you haven't experienced before. So I like that. So that is what they have for that one. And then your second question is, you like a financial reading for the next 2 weeks. So you want to quit your job so bad. Oh, I hear you. That's when I went to do this. I was like, if I have to review another auto insurance policy, I'm going to poke my eyes out. So I hear you. Um, but you need another form of income first. I get you. So let's take a look here. All right. All right. And then what do they want you to know? Okay. I like it in here. So you do have the 8 and 9 of swords. 8 of Swords is you're moving beyond here your fears, right? There's, the sword suit is all about our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And the Eight of Orbs is becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have kept you limited and trapped and feeling bound, where you like, I'm never going to get out of here. When we realize, you know what, I am going to find a new job, I am going to find here, we can put up with where we're at for a little while longer. And the Nine of Swords is facing those fears and the removal of these things, which I like. You are definitely being called here to a higher place. Um, with the Six of Chalices, here's that Six of Cups came out again. But this time, this is about childhood dreams. And karma is normally the judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to this higher place, something that makes your heart sing. Even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Nine of Cups, which is emotional dreams come true, and a Nine of Flames, the Nine of Wands, which represents, this, barriers that we've created. So you've got 3 9s out of 4. 9 is the hermit's journey. It's this turning inward. And it is important here, for your heart to be expressed. You even have the King of Cups on the bottom, which the King of Cups rolls over water, but all the kings get a second portion of air, which is the mind. So it's balancing the heart and the mind. Dreamy eyes, right? It's like, that's what, okay, that's what they said. I go, dreamy eyes. It's about getting dreamy eyes for yourself. What is my dream? What do I truly want to do? And where do I want to head? And now's the time to, like, when we're making decisions with our mind, we're existing. We're doing what we are told we're supposed to, should do, need to, have to do. But this is about letting your heart be expressed. And what would make your heart sing? How do you uniquely want to share your love with the world? And it's like reconnecting to like a childhood dream. The dreams that we want to do, and something we want to share and do, and we're like, "Oh, that's you're not gonna make any money of that, you're gonna starve. Be more sensible. Let that be your hobby or your plan Z. Have other plans first, do other stuff." And I feel like it's time to stop existing and start living, and so it's time to get some dreamy eyes for yourself, for your dream. So, I feel like the time is for you to look and to see what it is that you wanna do. You even have the Seeker of Orbs, the Page of Swords, which is telling you, a new way of looking at things, cutting away the fears, all those swords, and having a new idea, a new direction that you're wanting ahead. Clarity of mind, but the clarity of mind comes in with the clarity of heart. What is your dream? If you could do anything, what would it be? And then look into that. And I feel like this is going to give you excitement to where you don't feel like you're living to work, you're working to live. And there's a difference, right? Am I a slave to corporations or whatever? I'm living just to be a workhorse. No, I'm working to support my dream. And when you have that change, then that's where this freedom comes in. So I like that for you. And that's what they have for you, Cambria. So I feel like over these next 2 weeks, you really do, you know, um, transform things, and you identify what it is. And then you like, okay, is it school I need to go for? Well, then let me research schools. If it's I want to become a nurse, what nursing schools are near me, and all right, well, money, am I going to have the money? How can I get a loan? Can I get a student loan? Do they pay for it? What kind of this? What kind of that? Da, 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 da. And you start to put all of your, um, small steps to head toward it, but you start doing them. And then you feel like life is moving. The job, it's like it doesn't feel so restrictive. It doesn't feel like you're again, like a slave, just, being um, abused, right? You're like, okay, you are funding my dream. So thank you. And your attitude changes for it because one, it's not, you're going to be leaving there soon. And two, it's like, oh, you're helping me get to where I want to go. I'm like, oh, okay. And so even if it's, if you get a job that has if it's education, if what you're wanting to do, requires education of any kind, if the company pay for it, you're like, "You know what? I can put up with you for a year because 'cause you're gonna help me get to my dream," you know, maybe. But I feel like you end up going somewhere else, and I feel like you end up getting financial assistance or whatever to take steps towards your dream, whatever that dream, is. So, I like it, Cambria, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. That's how you're helping me live my dream. So I appreciate that. All right. All right. So we did those and those. And then Mia, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. Give that some love since it lets me. I am great, and I hope you are great. Well, we know you are great already. So, did you express too much to F, or was it the right thing considering your purpose? Anything about his deep feelings about it? Yeah, let's take a look here and see what were their impressions here. Okay, they do want that one, and they do want that one, and those three. All right, let's see what here. So, did you express too much? Let's take a look here. We got the Seeker of Crystals, which is the Page of Pentacles. So new opportunities. So I don't feel like I feel like with that it was time because you also got the Three of Pentacles, which is about uh, being true to your authentic self and expressing yourself. So, you know, and I like that. I don't feel like we ever um, can express too much of ourself, right? Because if people can't handle us and they don't like how we're expressing ourselves, then they're telling us who they are, and that okay, well, thank you for telling me. You can't handle me. Well, then you're telling me you can't handle me, and then then this is you know, a freedom that comes in here. So I like that. It's like, yep, we say how it is. Yeah. And we've got the Six of Flames, this victory, this equal passion. Nine of Chalices is emotional fulfillment, dream kind of come true stuff. And again, I feel like these cards are telling me what I was headed towards saying is that if you don't feel comfortable sharing your spark with the world, sharing your dream and sharing your emotions, then that tells us a lot, right? It's like well, if you can't deal with that, then you can't deal with it. And I need someone to be able to deal with that. So I like it. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, I do feel here, we've got this Eight of Flames, Eight of Wands, fast moving energy. We've got the Ten of Chalices, which comes after the Nine of Chalices, which is this emotional feeling of overflowing, and the Indigo Magician card. So I feel like this puts a spark under their butt, and what you shared really, has them looking and thinking about this. But I feel like there's going to be fast action that comes from it, which we like. Um, and with the 10 of cups, I feel like it's overflowing and you do feel emotionally fulfilled by this. Which could go either way, I'm trying to see here because like I said, it's like the energy that I'm getting is, if you're like, well, I need to know. And it's like if we're afraid to tell a crush or we're afraid to share our emotions or our interest or whatever, and we're always wondering, I like the energy of the magician, which is stepping forward going, "Hey, it's good to know, what is it? It's good to have tried and it not to have turned out the way I want it to not try and to never know. It's good to try and to know than to, never try and never know," kind of energy. And they're not showing me here, but the 10 of cups tells me you're happy about it, which, like I said, could go either way here. And we've got the moon card for the clarifier that I asked, which is hidden and unknown. So I know. So what that tells me, Mia Mia, is it's about the energy of standing and being true to you and not being afraid of whatever someone thinks or says or what the results are going to be, because the results are going to be perfect and they're going to show you exactly what you need to know. And if people will show you who they are, right? I don't know why they're showing me this. It's like someone who knew that I hear from spirit, and this was like probably 20 years ago. They were like, it was at work, and they came up to me and they said, "Can you tell me if my girlfriend's pregnant?" And I was like, wow. And spirit was telling me in the back of my mind, I was like, I knew that she wasn't, but spirit was like, no, which normally I'm a blabbermouth. Whatever spirit tells me, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, well, we know not to tell you anything. You can't keep a secret. But in this instant, I knew, but they were telling me that what was important for him is his response to whether it is or not was going to make or break their relationship. And I go, it's not, it's like you're not supposed to know, but what they want you to know is it's how you are going through the not knowing And when she tells you whether she is or not, your response is going to tell her, and she's going to, understand this. So that's what I feel like this is that you don't need to know, but whatever their response is going to tell you exactly what you need to know about them. And you're going to be like, oh, thank you. And I feel like either way, you're going to be fine with it, if that makes sense. But that's what's coming through, Mia. Interesting. But that is it. So thank you again for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. And I think that was those. So we have those. And then Supernova, we are to you too. And then Johanna. Oh, good. So I'm glad that went through there. So you will be up here in a moment. So Supernova, let me give that next one here. Thank you for your multiple donations. You help so much with all this. And for you guys that are waiting for your free readings, donations do take a priority. And I'll be on for about another hour, and then I go to a praying mantis session, and then usually on Friday and Saturday and Sunday mornings, I get a lot of donations which support me, allow me to do all this. But I will generally, if I don't get through a ton of free readings, I will come back after all that to complete out the free readings too. So do not fear. We will get to your messages hopefully today. Knock on wood. All right. So Supernova. And let's see here. So for your next question here, make sure I didn't skip it. You have messages about the divine timing for you ahead. What is destined? All right, let's take a look here. Oh, all right, good. Thanks for putting your second question in there. Just reshuffle these. Well, don't feel bad about donating. That's what allows me to live. So, or at least to offer these free readings. Otherwise, I'd be doing a full-time job somewhere and exhausted, like, everyone that's doing full-time jobs, and I wouldn't be able to offer any readings at all. So thank you. Don't feel bad at all. Well, all right. And then a card went flying. So let me grab that. One of these days you're gonna see me go flying over and you're gonna see my legs. Woo! All right, so let's take a look here. So I'm gonna take a quick sip of my coffee here. All right. So divine timing, anything about divine timing and what is destined. It'd be funny for you guys. Unless I didn't get back up, then you guys would be like, dial 911. You're very welcome, Mia. All right. So we do have the Five of Wands, which is the unfolding of things here. It's fives are numbers of transformation. It's energy. It takes time for energy, for blocks to clear. In So it's the patience of with whatever obstacles we feel are in front of us. It's hard for our human to go, that means I'm failing. That means I'm not good enough. That means I'm doing something wrong, right? But when we realize with divine timing that we're held back, they're showing me this this is it Indiana Jones? I think it was the one with Sean Connery when he was playing his dad. And it's like he had to like step forward and pause and then step back and step forward, and it was so he didn't get sliced in half by these giant blades. That's what they're showing me in my head, whichever movie that was out of them. But it's like divine timing happens, and when there's an obstacle, it's holding us for a moment so that we don't get sliced in half, and trusting the divine timing, trusting it, I feel like is what this Five of Wands is coming in. Yeah, and then you have so what's destined? We've got the Lovers card here. So definitely this is that mentor is such a huge piece And I feel like that is like, when someone gives you directions, like, well, in the olden days, these days we have GPS and everyone has it on their phone. But in the olden days, when we didn't have that, people would be like, How do I get there? All right, so you take this road, and then you'll pass a McDonald's, and you're gonna take the right after the McDonald's. That's gonna be this street." And people would give you directions to their house or to whatever. And this is what I feel Spirit is saying. All right, so on your path, one of the big things that you see that you can't miss is this person, right? And so it's like they're showing me in my head, like, was it the Big Boy? You know how they have that big person with the big burger? You can't miss it. It's like it's a statue, or it's a dinosaur miniature golf. You can't miss it. That's what I feel like this is what why they're showing you that. And then you have the Master of Crystals, which is the King of Pentacles. And so, the King of Pentacles does say that there's this energy of um, abundance, that there is fullness through all this too. Because one of the big things the King of Pentacles learns is that when he's defining himself by the outside world, um, we feel unstable. When we get our solid foundation of our self-worth inward and upward, then we feel full, and the outside world is above and beyond extra. We start freaking out. We stop freaking out about the outside world, and that we're not, what if I get this? What if I don't get this? We have this solidity, knowing I've got everything I need inside me, so I don't need to, I'm just stepping forward. And I like that because that's part of this destiny, is that you're going to be fine. You're going to be taken care of. You're going to have plenty, but the big thing is about um it all comes from feeling full on the inside, because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So if I feel empty, I'm going to see the world as empty. So I like that coming in here. You have the two of crystals, balancing of the outside world. Let's see what this balancing is. Yeah, four of flames. So here's again, you got this coming up again too. So, it's like I feel like what's coming in here is you have these two things that are happening with this two of crystals. You've got, because this was all about the celebrations and going to the outside world, and this individual. So they're bringing you back to the next steps are, and it's kind of like they're saying everything will, unfold in perfect divine timing. The destiny. I like this, that they're taking you to be here now and look at the very next thing. Okay, the very next thing is getting out into my community, sharing myself, and then finding my tribe. Because when you find your tribe, that's where you find your mentor, who's going to be like, you know what? Let me show you some stuff. I'm going to put you in touch with this person. I'm going to show you this. And they're like, I know it looks like you want to do this, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah. Um, and, but that's the thing with the King of Pentacles too, is that everything always works out perfectly. It's just sometimes our human has all these rules around life, saying, in order for me to believe that everything worked out, all these things have to happen. Those are the expectations, and expectations equal disappointment, right? And this is the thing, like, at one point, Spirit, when I was, you know, okay, how do I want to express love to the world? How do I want to do what I want to do? Um, and Spirit's like, "Well, what do you wanna do with your life?" And I'm like, "Well, spiritual people are supposed to be doing, like, lectures and have best-selling books and be doing seminars and all that." Um, and then Spirit goes, "Alright," took me to the future in my mind and said, "Okay," showed me a future with all of that, me having accomplished all that, and they're just like, "Are you happy?" And I'm like, "And content?" I'm like, "No, I'm looking for what's next." And then I was like, "Oh," because they were kinda like, "Do you get it?" And I'm like, "If I'm not happy in this moment and content with where I'm at and who I am, I'll never be content in any future moments." And so it's coming back and enjoying this step, this moment. And my dream, instead of being blah, 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 became to be here now with Creator. And it's like, yeah. When I start to get stressed, I'm in the future. I'm trying to make something come true to match up to some sort of thought and belief. And when I come back to being here now with the Creator, then I'm content and I feel, beautiful. I just feel like, wow. And so it's not about more, it's not about achieving, it's about being in the moment. So I feel like that's a message for you there. I know, right? All right. And then let me give you a second one. Some love there. And you said your second question is your singing voice good in expression? Are you expressing your feelings and emotions through your voice as you intended? You have no clue. You can only hope you're not tone deaf. Tone deaf, the death of the tone. You mean like deaf, where you can't, where you don't feel like you're hearing it? Um, well, I feel like people would let you know. Well, definitely, we are always. I mean, you look at um, if you look at people who are way in public eye and everything now, like stars and recording artists, and you go listen to them when they were younger, and you're like, wow, how they've expanded their voice. Even Celine Dion, um, and anyone, and if you listen to these artists on I mean, they're not artists, they're music teachers who cover, like, they give their impression of different people. They say everyone, um I mean, and unless you have vocal damage, you know, they say everyone can learn and grow and perfect. It just takes work and practice, right? And so I like this, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's everyone, right? And so I feel like, if even if you feel like I can only produce dull tones that are off pitch, it's like that doesn't mean that you can't, train and learn. So, vocal teachers or whatever, it's always possible for you here. Yeah. And you have the 7 of crystals, which is the 7 of pentacles. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So you're taking your journey. The seeker of flames is the page of wands, which is new passion, new desire. If that is your passion, then you're going to put in the time to develop it, which is definitely here, right? And and not listening to people. I mean, my mom, when she was a young girl, and back then, they had, like, where she lived, it was like a, uh, a small group of, like, everyone in the region, it's like we had one school that covered many, many miles back then, and they all came in, and they had a choir teacher, and she and I guess my mom, I mean, she must have been, like, 10, 11, 12 years old, and she said, "If you're gonna scream like a cat, go wait out in the hall." Why would you tell a child that, right? And she was afraid to sing, like, when she was in church or whatever, she wouldn't sing out loud, very loud, she kept it, and one day I walked in, she had headphones on, which when you have headphones on, if you don't hear what you're singing, we do go off key because you can't hear yourself. And I was just like, and she didn't know I was home, and she was just laying on the couch singing a praise song to God. And I walked in and I would look at her and I was like she goes like, "What?" And I go, you sound." It was and I think I said something that you were singing a little off key, and I didn't know what was going on in here, and she just rah, 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 all that emotion came out, and I feel like it's important to know that it's like, "No, mom," I go, "anyone can learn to sing." I go, "You just wanna" even when I have my headphones on, I sing off key, everyone does, and it was important for her to heal from that, but I feel like they're saying that because someone told me that too, when I was in a men's chorus and, um, when I took a couple singing lessons from 'em, they're like, "Well, your voice, you'll never be like a star, but you can do your voice," and I'm like, "Why would you say that to anyone?" You know? I even told them that. I told them this about my mom. I go, "That's not something that you probably wanna tell people because, it's good to give people, be realistic, maybe say at this point your voice doesn't do that, but who knows what you could do, you know, because we can train it. So as you're growing your voice, all that to say is don't listen to people about limitations. Just go, you know what? Well, thank you. You're not the one for me. They're just pointing you in a different direction to have a different vocal coach. Because even Lady Gaga has vocal coaches and people learn, because you can always improve, always, increase range, increase abilities and, different genres of music and everything. But it all happens on purpose for a purpose, you know? So I like that, and you do have yeah, you got the indigo, which is the magician card. You have everything within you to make your dreams come true. 10 of crystals, 10 of pentacles, abundance and overflowing life. So, definitely, um, you know, with your question is you always are expressing yourself, and if you want to express yourself differently, then put the action, put them, take steps for it. If it's your dream, right? It's the same thing if someone wants to be a doctor, they can't just sit at home and go, all right, I'm going to go start operating on people. Well, they can, but they'll probably get arrested for murder. You're really lazy. But that's the whole thing is your dream, right? And this is the energy. You're getting all these messages of take the next step, take the next step, take the next step, take the next step. And it is about getting out and doing it and, playing music, being comfortable sharing music, and then singing and unique voices. Whenever you watch like The Voice and um, Britain's Got Talent, Australia's Got Talent, all these places, they want unique voices anyway, right? So it is important for that to we don't have to fit into what everyone else, but we can also learn and grow our skills, right? So even me with tarot, and that's why I'm taking time away is to heighten and develop my gifts more and my connection with spirit more because we can never be too connected. We can never, like I've reached the end, and I'm only going to sing these types of songs, like Madonna. You can see how she changed over all the years of what she sang and all the different genres and different things and always on the cutting edge. And um, Taylor Swift moved from country to pop, and there's all of this out there. So, boom, boom, boom. Here we go. All right, I think was that your second one? Yeah. So that's what they have. So go forward and conquer. All right. And then Johanna Judison. Hello, hello. Let me give your donation some love here. And hi again. So, why do you randomly think about TM lately? All right, let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know? Why are you thinking about them a lot? And then let's take a look here. Mhm. And then Brian Oliver, you will be up. And then Love 1234. I did get yours that came through right after Brian. So we will get to those. All right. Sorry for that. If that was loud to everyone, I just realized it's a wooden desk, you know. All right, let's take a look here. Johanna, why? Oh, right. Wow, those, huh? And then what's below the surface here? All right. Mm, I feel like they want to go to here. There's something here about what would have been the seven of crystals, the seven of pentacles. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and it's kind of this. I wonder what could have been or could be, you know. And let's see what these other cards are here because you got like six cards. So let's see what this is here. What is going on here? All right. All right. Okay. I got all this white stuff on me here. Okay. So we've got here, Johanna, you've got the higher self, the high priestess. So there is this some stuff going on below the surface here that we're, you know, digging into and is unfolding. There's this below the surface stuff that's making its way to the top here. We've got the Seeker of Crystals, which is the Page of Pentacles, which this is kind of an unknown of, and this is reinforcing, you know, this Seven of Pentacles below the surface because this is telling me the unknown, what could have been, what are the new opportunities, or what is possible, is anything possible, what's coming forward here, right? But we've got this High Priestess that there's this nudging that's here because you've got the guidance, which is the Hierophant, and the High Priestess. Both of those, especially this one, is about your higher self drawing you to see capital T trucive. Who do you really want to be? What do you truly want? And I feel like this is what's kind of circling in your brain and in your soul of what do I want? What do I truly want? And I feel like they come up here as a possibility of what you want, but you're digging in here because you got the Five of Orbs, which is the Five of Swords, the conflicting of your mind of what your mind is thinking it wants and what your heart wants, and this is the struggle that's here. And you got the Empress, and we also have here the Four of Orbs. Let me just bring these in together here. Sorry for the glare, because these just feel, you know, the Four of Orbs is the peace of mind, cutting away expectations, and that's what comes after the Five of Orbs is you're looking and you're really doing this deep reflection with all of this guidance here of looking at what your truths are. Because the Five of Swords normally would have like an Ace of Swords and like two swords and two swords, which represents this, you know, calculating of things, this cutting away fears, cutting away beliefs, really trying to figure out what it is that you want, you know, and you have the Empress. So this does tell me with the Empress, you know, and the High Priestess too are very much divine feminine energy, but the Empress is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself. What do I want to birth? What do I want to bring forward? The creativity of your life and what kind of life you want to create. So they're popping up in your mind because there's like this an analysis that's going on in your higher self with your human self. That's where the conflict is happening because I feel like when the your human self goes, "Well, this is what I want," you know, I feel like that's when they pop into your head, you know, TM pops into your head of like, "This is something that would impact my human life." But your higher self kicks in and goes, "Well, this is, you know, something of your higher heart, and there's this nurturing that's going on right now, this figuring out of things in your life. And I feel like you're kind of spring cleaning your heart and your mind and your life. It's like you feel like you want to get rid of things out of your life that no longer serve you, and you're deciding if it serves you or not. And and it's like, they're showing me, like, cleaning out a closet, and you hold up a shirt, and you're like, "Would I wear this?" And it's like, would I wear this individual in my life? You know, it's like, you know what? I've had it here forever, and if I haven't worn it in a year, let me just donate it." Because, I'm trying to think of a time when I would, and I really can't, and I'm thinking, "Well, I might." But it's like you're getting to this point of cutting, 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 and I feel like that's why they're coming up, because I feel like you're ready to cut away thoughts and beliefs and emotions and relationships, whether they're romantic, friends, family, whatever in your life that you're done with. And I feel like that's why they're coming up right now. So, that is what they have for you. Hopefully that resonates there for you. Johanna, so many blessings to you. And then Brian Oliver, you are up next. Thank you for your donation. You want to know, did someone use black magic to try to kill Amanda while she was pregnant? Wow. You know, we'll see here if someone tried, but that's the whole thing with um, black magic, is that black magic has no power unless we give it power, you know. And it's not really that we're giving it power. We have this great energy. Whatever we focus on is what grows and expands in our life, right? So if I'm focusing on gratitude and love and unconditional love and joy and all that, then that grows in my life. If I'm focusing on what I hate, that grows in my life. If I focus what I feel is missing, more things go missing in my life. What I fear will leave my life or come into my life, I also repel it or draw it in. So if someone comes up to me and says, "I have performed black magic on you and it's going to make you sick," if I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get sick, I'm gonna get sick, I'm gonna get sick," it's my energy telling the universe, "I wanna get sick," and then so I do. And so it's not that, because I could have also said, "You know what? I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my health." No impact at all, because I'm the one. No one can force their energy into my life and impact me. I can only give permission. And it's not really giving permission, it's I can only believe what someone's telling me, and that energy within me makes it create in my world. I'm the creator of my world, no one else. I choose the thoughts and the story, my emotions, my physical actions, and the energy I put out, and I'm the only one. So even if they did, it wouldn't have had any impact unless she allowed that to. So we'll take a look here. Yeah. So here's the two of wands, which is where everything I just told you is what I would say with the two of wands card. Every moment I have a choice where I'm investing my energy. Lower vibration, higher vibration, fears or love, joy, and gratitude. So that's exactly what it's saying here. So if I just turn over the cards, Three of Wands is a change of direction, which is within their power. Now that they know that, I don't feel like anyone did anything here though. I feel like, let me just take a look here. I just want to see. And here's the power of choice too. Oh, and these sixes. So it was part of their experience here, because with new information that happened during this, it allowed them to take a different route. They chose a different route for their life. Here, they've got the dreams come true. You know, the star card is about balance. The adept of orbs is the knight of swords, which is the movement of thought, the change of thought, the pursuit of higher awareness, right? And I feel like whatever has happened here, this is to help empower them for their future, because if they have a belief that people can impact them with black magic, when they realize the power that they have, then things change, things unfold differently. And I'm just going to show these this way because we've got the Chariot card, which is the power of choice card. So when I was talking about every moment we choose what thought, what story, what emotion, what energy, what physical action we want to take, this is that card saying that too. And I know sometimes it doesn't feel like we're making a choice, but it's because we've been inundated with so many opinions from the past on when this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean, should mean, need to mean, have to mean, must mean, but it doesn't. We get to choose. And we chose an opinion based on other people's opinions, became our habit, becomes our reaction, but we can retrain our mind to look at things with a different story. We can choose our heart to choose a different emotion, just giving ourselves the grace, again, the two of wands, where I invest my energy, what actions I take. I can change my habit, but we learn through repetition. So we have to like transform it through repetition too. But it's movement, it's victory that comes in here. Two sixes too show the life path that they were wanting, this flow of their life path, because it does bring them here. The Six of Pentacles. I have a video series, Take 10 with Zen. Episode 5 talks about the Six of Pentacles. So you can watch it. It's less than 10 minutes, but it talks about the out of balance giving and receiving that we had when we were young as children. And then there's this worthiness that comes in. This, I have to give 1,000 love coins before I deserve to have one, right? But this is about stepping into our power. The Six of Chalices, childhood. So there's this reflection of childhood, of their own childhood that came back with this, as well. These fears, these things that she wanted to see about herself and her empowerment to step back into her power. And it does go back to when they were 6 years old, and they're able to understand and transform things too. So I like this energy that's coming in with this, but definitely I don't feel like someone attempted, but I feel like it's important for them to know about the power that they have regarding individuals that would try to do that with black magic. So hopefully that helps, Brian, and that's what they have there for you. Hey, Dijona, thank you so much for your I love, that my, YouTube members, I think once a month you get to have a special, um, little, highlighted, comment, and so thank you. Um, I love it, I love it, I love it. So thank you so much for, your statement there. Hey, Anna, another one of my YouTube members coming on. Thank you guys so much. You help support offering the free readings, which I haven't started yet. Um, I guess I'm going to be on for about 20 more minutes. And if I don't get to, I'm not going to get to a ton of free readings. After this, I go to my Praying Mantis member free session. Then I'm going to eat and run a quick errand. And then I'll be back on later to finish and go through free readings. And then I'll be back tonight too at 6 p.m. Mountain Time in about 5.5 hours for my evening session too. I'm on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 and Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. All right. So thank you for that. I love it. All right. You are very welcome, Brian. All right. And then love 1, 2, 3, 4. You were up next here. So thank you for your donation. And then we've got Brenda and Mia Mia. All right. So let's take a look here. Love 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got your two questions here. Let me just take another sip here. All right. So tech exec. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit wants you to know about that? And how would it be? All right. And then number 2, your BFF. All right. Well, number one here. Okay. So, we've got the hangman is like this delay in this tech exec. So, and then the sage, which is the queen of cups, the queen of, chalices here. You know, it just it feels like because, all 3 of these cards came out together to answer your question about what would be the job for you. I mean, how would that job be for you? I feel like there's this delay in this transformation. I don't think this is for you because this is about you connecting with your heart. You got the Hierophant, which is pulling you to the capital T truth of what is your true passion and desire to accomplish in this life. Is that it? No, no. With this, it's like, no, this is your heart wanting to to sing and your higher self wanting to be expressed. And that's why I feel like they're like, "Brr," there's a hold on that. So I don't feel like that's for you. It wouldn't fulfill you for very long, if at all. And they're nudging you towards living your dream right now. So that is what we have there. Um, and then number two, your BFF's energy. Let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. Well, they're going through some stuff, aren't they? Well, these are their feeling, their energy towards you. We've got the Adept of Orbs, which is the Knight of Swords. And so there is this transformation, this change of mindset, the change of how they're looking at things, that are coming in here. So their thinking is changing here. And let's see what's going on with this because we do see abundance. This is the Empress. This energy they have towards you or from you is one of mother nature, mother nurture. I could definitely see this coming from you because you are a mother to all, right? You're always trying to care for everyone. And so we see this here, and I feel like this is their energy. They see you as this, um, and I feel like it's transforming because they have this, here's this death and rebirth of your relationship, and I feel like it's going into a different level here. Because we've got the Eight of Chalices, we're moving away from thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and emotions that no longer serve, headed off into like this emotional feeling, like filling up and overflowing, right? That's dreams come true type of thing that comes in here. And I just feel like there's this, all this transformational energy here. I feel like they are doing a lot of cutting of people out of their life, if that makes sense. Like they're done with them are being the ones that are giving 80, 90% to all these people all the time. This isn't their energy towards you. This is the energy that they're realizing who are the people who do give to them and they're seeing this. Yeah. Unless you're a user, I don't think you're a user. I feel like you are someone who gives and gives and gives, you know. Yeah. And but I feel like you do reciprocate. I do feel like you're, you're someone who, you know, and they see that and they're recognizing it. And I feel like they're cutting away people going, you know what? Nope, 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 nope. And or they're backing off where they're giving like 50%, 50%, 50%. And and if the other people don't make up the difference, they're just gonna let them drift away, but I feel like they are having like a I don't know if she would say, "I'm having a come to Jesus moment," people are gonna recognize, um, and not in a mean way, but they're just like, "You know what? I've gotta do this for me." And I like this because I feel like you have really over this year balanced that. Like, you used to, like, being a severe overgiver, but you've taken steps to nurture yourself, and she's witnessed that too, which I like. The Empress is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and you've really inspired her to take care of herself. And I feel like she's like not feeling as guilty. She's like allowing things to release that way. So I like that. And that's what they have for you, love 1, 2, 3, 4. So I like it. Very, 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 you know, very positive, warm energy. So I like that. Yeah. So I like that she's like, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to do this no more either. I deserve the love that I'm giving to everyone. I deserve it first. And you're teaching her to be selfish in a compassionate way. Self love is good. All right. All right. So thank you again for your donation. And let me move on here since I have a few more donations and going to be on for about 15 more minutes. So let me jump into these. So Brenda, thank you so much for your donation. And let me take a look here. Did you have your question somewhere here? All right. Yeah, and you might won't love 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's like a temp, I feel like you're just gonna do some temp work, some temp stuff till you get your dream come true. It's not, again, it's not like a that you're pursuing your career is doing all the stuff. What you're gonna be doing is doing stuff that supports you headed towards your dream. It's all the dream time. I think it's this Aquarius moving into Aquarius. All right, Brenda, I don't see a question from you, Brenda. So um, pop it down below and I'll keep checking back here. But for the sake of time, I'm going to jump into the questions I do see. And then as soon as I see your question, I'll jump to that. All right. So Mia, thank you for your additional donation. Hello again. And whoops, your question just disappeared. Oh, thank you. So you want to know, will F show you he cares when uh, I'll be fairer farther. All right, and I think you were saying you were going to say farther from him. So will he show that he cares when you're farther from him? Anything we can sense about his behavior? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see, what do they want you to know here? Yeah. No problem. No problem at all. I appreciate anyone that can speak more than one language. I barely speak English myself, so I with these cards coming in here, you know, they do show that they care here. With the lovers card, they show that it's an important relationship, but they have so much emotional confusion here. And this ascension, I feel like this is ending. It's the world card, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of something new. And I do feel like you're stepping up here too. Because with these other cards here, with you being farther away, I just feel like you end up changing directions because your higher self here with this judgment card is drawing you to a new place, drawing you to this new area here. And you've got the emperor here as well that's coming in, which is Aries energy, new beginnings, you deciding for you, not listening to everyone else. And I feel like there's this new, especially with you getting the 3 of flames with the emperor, that you're deciding this new direction, double endings, double new beginnings that's coming in with here. So I just feel like they might share, but it's like, I love you, but I'm I I'm not willing to go anywhere or do anything. It's like, "You have to be here, and you have to do everything for me." And that's that kind of energy I feel is that they are, "No, no, you gotta do things for me," you know? Um, "What? Me go there? Me come visit you? No, no, come back and visit here. You should live here." It's like they don't it's like they only honor their dreams. They're like, "Why would you want a dream other than me?" Not that they're arrogant, but a little bit. They're just, not aware of how a mutual relationship would work. I feel like they've got this kind of, you know, I don't wanna say subservient view, but kind of the opposite gender that they are like, "Yeah, it's all supposed to be for me." And I feel like that's the way they grew up, and they're just like they're having a hard time understand. Like, "Well, why would you think that, blah, blah, blah," right? It does seem pretty arrogant, but I feel like it's just out of maybe ignorance, you know, rather than, arrogance. But it just seems like they just are, like, shocked and surprised. "Why would what? What's this all about?" But, that's what I feel is coming in me, Mia. I just feel like there's so much more, and I feel like you realize this, and this is the 3 of Wands, you choosing to go a different direction, this Emperor, where you're like, "You know what? I know everyone's telling me all that, but I'm gonna decide for me." And I feel like you really just take charge of your life to move forward, and I feel like that's what, is there. I know. So, you're very welcome, Mia. Many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. Right, and Brenda, thank you for your question. And I think yep, and then Cinderella will be my last one for this one because 'cause I'm only gonna be on for about, 9 more minutes, so, and everyone else, I will come back, and I'll in a moment here, I'll come through and take screenshots so that I will come back in order as the screenshots, and as anyone, commented in the chat, and then I will get it from there. So Brenda, you wanna know what does Matthew want with you that he's trying to call your attention? What's he gonna do and what you should do? What's for your highest experience, right? We'll take a look here, see why. Why is he trying to get your attention? What is he gonna do? And what is Spirit's advice for your highest experience here? Well, okay. Well, he's trying to call your attention. He's got the adept. This is the Knight of Wands, the most fiery. It's like, I compared the prince to the king of wands. Like a prince is someone has it's like a teenage prince who has hormones and wants action and activity and, just wants to run into things, right? But they also have the 10 of cups, so it's passion and emotion that's coming in here. Yeah. Well, it looks like he's determined here, Brenda. But that's why he's trying to get your attention because he's got the hots for you and what he feels like are these emotions too. Um, what he's going to do here, we've got the Ace of Crystals, the Ace of Swords is attempt more communication. This is what the swords is communication. It could be thoughts and beliefs, but it feels like more communication and passion. The four of flames here is this celebration. They want to invite you to this celebration. They want to invite you to go somewhere with them. That's coming in here. The 10 of chalices, they feel like it is, these are their intentions. But let's get spirit's advice for you first here before we ask more questions here. Um, because this will tell us, yeah, because we've got the seeker of chalices, which is the page of cups, and you've got the four of chalices, the four of cups. This tells me it's well, let me do this one first here, because you've got the Knight of Swords. So you've got the Adept of Swords, which is movement of, thought, belief, and mindset, this change that's coming up here, this movement of thinking of things and seeing things from a higher perspective. Seek higher truth because, from them, they feel like it's true love, but the Four of Chalices says that there's a higher love. The seeker of cups, the page of cups is seeking the ace of cups. So they're not going to be able to bring you, you know, we're all taught find love out here. That's where we're going to find fulfillment. But when we do, that dives deep, right? Dives deep in that it fails. It's disappointing because what we're looking for as far as love is inward and upward. That's our journey, is to find the unconditional love that we where we came from, and we're taught, "Look for it out here," and we look for it out here, we can't find it, we just find conditional love, and the disappointment of the outside world eventually turns us inward and upward. That's the Four of Cups, that's the seeker of chalices, right? So what they are saying is you seek your love, your inner love, and they they think, "Well, you're going to bring me the love that I need." And you're like, "I'm not. You have to find that love inside you because you can't give me the love I'm looking for, only I can. I can't give you the love you're looking for, only you can." Because if we don't love ourselves and we don't have that connection, we only can give love to the extent we love ourselves and receive love to the extent we love ourselves. And if I love myself that much, no matter how much love I want to give someone, even though he wants to give you the 10 of cups, all he can give you is drip, drip, drip. And all they can receive from you is drip, 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 and vice versa, right? So as you expand your self love and you open up to this inner love, this connection to the unconditional love of the higher realms, then it opens up in our ability to give and receive love to humans too. And so that's their advice for you is, continue to seek your inner love and realize that they think, "Oh, it's true love," and but really they have the hots for you. They're attracted to you energetically and physically, and their heart is going, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. They're going to give me what I need to feel full." And it's like, no, they're not. You can't. We can only give that love for ourselves. So that is what they have there. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. You know, they 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 want to do all this. That they're like they want to invite you to a gathering. They want to invite you to something. They might even go, "I want to marry you," and you're like, It's not going to be. Yeah, I wouldn't. Because I feel like this, with all these messages from spirit, they're saying inward and upward, focus on that love, that outside love. Once you fill up and overflow, then it could be this wonderful experience. But right now, it will just end in disappointment. Right now, is what those cards were telling me. So that is what they have for you, Brenda. Again, thank you so much for your donation. And then I'm only going to be on for a few more minutes. No, I did not get to any of the free readings yet. I will be coming back later for that. Thank you guys again so much for your donations. And Cinderella, thank you for your donation. Let me give that some love here. So, any advice on what you can do in your job interview? Will you get the job and move to another country? All right. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know. And will you get the job and move to another country? All right. So let's see what we've got here. All right. You know, looks like you're going to have um, a new opportunity that's coming in here. We've got the 10 of Swords is, letting go of the fears that we have. And the 10 is like, I'm tired of trying to live up to everyone else's expectations, right? The advice you can do in the job interview with the Two of Flames, you can either focus in on, you know, and that's what like the Ten of Swords is coming up is every moment we make a choice, both mentally, emotionally, energetically, which is the Two of Flames, and actions in the outside world, right? If I focus my energy on what I fear, which is the Ten of Swords, if I focus on what I fear will leave my life or come into my life, or if I focus on what I hate or what I feel is missing, my energy expands that and grows it. And so I feel like what they're telling you here, Cinderella, is, when you focus on your energy and what you're wanting here, then focus on joy and celebration and laughter, that grows and that expands instead. So what are you grateful for? And when we focus on that, we go in with a different, instead of freezing up, like if we freeze up in interviews, that's where stage fright, um, test anxiety, interview anxiety all happens from is failing. And I fear, and then we freeze because we go into fight or flight mode or freeze. And we forget everything because we're out of our minds. We're a little 2-year-old and a pet cat that's interviewing. But when you focus in on the higher love and then you go in and you yourself and you share the bubbliness, you share who you are instead of fearing what they're gonna think and all of that. But I do feel here with all of this though, because we've got this Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities opening up. And I feel like this one, because you've got the 7 of Cups, which is like this variety of emotional choices, and I feel like this job that you're going for is something more of what you think you're supposed to go for, not something that's in alignment with your heart. Because we've got the 5 of chalices, which is focusing on spilt cups, and here we coming back to this emotional choice that, we've got these old ways of looking at things, these 3 cups of the outside world that have made us feel like disappointed and less than and empty. You haven't found a job that's made you feel full, but I that's why I feel like here because of the Sage, you've got the, Queen of Cups, which is trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, diving deep and looking into your high heart on where you wanna be doing where you're wanting to go. The 7 of Cups is a lot of emotional confusion, and I feel like it's because we've got a lot in our head about the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts, right? And on the bottom of the deck here, you've got the 2 of Swords, which is close your eyes and open your heart. It's like get out of your head and into your heart. So that's being reinforced. And the 7 of Swords allows you to cut away the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets that have limited you before, all of these opinions that were given into your head about, well, this is what you should do, this is what you need to do, blah, 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 right? All these opinions we were given all our life. But I love this hot air balloon because as you're dumping those out, you're moving higher and you will go in a direction that's more in alignment with your heart. And that's what spirit is wanting you to do is look at more of rather than what you think you're supposed to do and taking on and living someone else's dream. It's like, what do you want to do? When was the last time your heart felt full? What makes your dreams come true? Like Cinderella, right? It's the Cinderella story. It's like you don't have to be a slave to all your stepsisters. It's about what is that dream? And people didn't think, with the Cinderella story, right? They didn't think that how would she become a princess of the kingdom and eventually the queen, right? But boom, she lived her dream. She wished upon a star. She found out what's in her heart, not what she thought. Because if she thought, well, this is what I'm supposed to do, I'm not supposed to go to the ball because my stepmother said no, you'd stay home. But you're like, screw that. I'm going to go live my dream. What is it? And I feel like you could go anywhere. and do whatever you want, that your dream can come true. And I feel like this is what they're wanting you to focus on. So hopefully that helps, Cinderella. You're your own evil stepsister. That's awesome. That's exactly true. We are all our own evil stepsisters. But I'm excited here for what you're going to be bringing forward here. I'm just going to grab some screenshots here. But I like that. It's like, setting yourself free. And I really, really love that for you. All right. Let me just see here. Just going to grab all these screenshots and then I'll be headed off to my praying mantis session. And so I will be back later this afternoon. I just need to go eat and run a quick errand, and then I'll be back on. And then I will be back on this evening too. Um, so, and I think a donation just came through. So for the person who just donated, I will be back. This evening, and what I can do though is I'll make you first on my session when I come back to finish out the free readings. You'll be number one, and we will do that. I'm sorry. I'm actually my praying mantis session is starting, so I'm not going to be able to see who that was and answer any of those questions, but I will be back, and like I said, you'll be first up on that. All right. Almost done with screenshots here. All right, there we go. You are very welcome, Cinderella. I see at the bottom now. All right. So thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up and all the thirst for searching after spirit. Much love to you guys. And just know as you're going through each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, like I said, I'll be back in a few hours for the finish up the free readings. Then I'll be back in 5 hours for my evening session. Also here Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. and Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So we'll see you guys soon. Until then, much love to you. Hang in there. Guys, take care. We'll see you.